Hi everyone, Aaron Ninness from Denver, Colorado, here with another episode of How Much Can I Afford? Today's episode is about the team of players you're going to have involved on your personal loan when you get your home financing. Okay, so previous episode I talked about who's involved on the real estate transaction, from inspectors to the appraiser, real estate agents, and the loan officer. Today I'm going to talk just about on the loan side who you're going to encounter. Now, for myself, I am a loan officer, so my job is to provide you, the client, the borrower, with all the different options and really consult you on different ways that you can finance a home. When you work with a loan officer, you have to understand that what they can provide you with is based on two factors. One, their company, because all lenders are different and what they're willing to offer could be different. I know I have programs that a lot of companies don't have, and that's one of our unique propositions to working with us. But at the same time, I've also worked on over 10,000 files. I've financed personally 2,000 individuals here in the Denver metro area. With that comes a ton of experience, and my knowledge is something I can impart to you to help you have a better transaction and know what your options are. So working with a good professional is a big component to that. Now, my other job is to collect all your documentation and really prepare it in a way to put together the best snapshot for an underwriter, who ultimately is the person approving your loan. They want to see the information about your qualifications put together in a certain format. So I collect everything that's needed and I give it to a processor. A processor's job is to really put everything into a nice clean package that is broken up into things like income, assets, if you need reserves, your credit, and then there's also all kinds of behind the scenes explanations. We're doing things like making sure that folks aren't on terrorist watch lists, that there's no illegal social security numbers, that they filed their taxes. A processor is going through and making sure all those components are ordered to be checked on. But who actually reviews those is an underwriter. An underwriter's job is to go through all the information that's been provided and basically just make sure that a client qualifies to the guidelines. When it comes to guidelines, it really is just a statement about if you're looking at an FHA, a conventional, a VA loan, there are literally books of guidelines that you have to make sure a client meets in order to get a loan. An underwriter's job is to be a third party that doesn't talk to client. They don't know what your story is. They only are looking at true documents, real information, tangible information that's provided to them by, of course, your loan officer who gave it to a processor. So the better your loan officer, the better the process goes all the way up to the underwriter. That's where it becomes important. Now, each company will have some additional employees, but that's your guts of how the process goes. And then once an underwriter approves a loan, typically there's a final person who is called a closer or a funder, and that person's job is basically to send out all the documentation to the title company to sign, and that's how you close on the loan, buy your home. Now, who will you actually work with? Most of the time, it is just the loan officer or the processor. Now, in my case, I have a couple assistants as well, so I do have additional folks that support me in giving better customer service, so they would be involved. And actually, my processor doesn't work with any of my clients. We have more than enough staff to work with you directly. But many companies do have a processor. Who you won't talk to? The underwriter and that closer funder. Their job is really just to make sure that things are signed off, done properly, and their interaction with you as a borrower is limited. Exceptions to this rule are going to be up to each lender. There are companies out there that they don't have any underwriters. They don't have any processors. They have to basically rely on other companies for that, where they contract those out. That's not necessarily a bad way to do it, but you certainly don't have the control someone does if they have them all in-house. All my employees are right there at my office, and we can actually talk to each other. We work with each other a lot, and that gives us just a smoother process. But overall, this should give you a better idea of who's involved in your transaction and what you're going to encounter once you're actually into the loan process. As always, subscribe if you like the information you're getting. Give me a like if you enjoyed what you saw, and we'll see you on the next episode.